Okay. Let me share my slide, initial slide. हम लोग बहुत जल्दी इंटेलिजेंस में जाएंगे, but first let's see what we have, what we are going to cover in this topic. Okay. दिख रहा है right? The Spring Security. Okay, so basically these are the topics, but I'll not go into details for each and every line because initially it will we are not able to understand what every line means. But high level, first of all, we will just try to understand what a network security means. Then we will go into the application level security, right? Then we will try to understand how Spring give us that security. Then we'll debug or going to dig that how Spring Security workflow works, right? How you can customize the things, right? Whatever contacts it use or whatever interface it use, for which it is giving the default implementation. Without using the default implementation, you can give your own custom implementation, right? So some of things are like implementation of user details, implementation of user detail service, implementation of password encoder, implementation of authentication provider. Then we will go into the understanding that what is the authorization mean, right? And the final topic, right, introduction to OAuth 2.0. So OAuth 2.0 is a protocol, right, which is a globally accepted protocol. Every company wants to use, right, OAuth 2.0, right? And using the OAuth 2.0, what you can do, you can implement your authorization server, sorry, resource server, and how you can use the JWT. And finally we will go walk through one key clock, right, uh, which you can use as authorization server for any organization, right? So suppose you are a small startup company, you want to maintain your single sign on. I mean, it's like that whatever the application is getting used, right? So there should be one single place, so each and every application should not have its own credential and password, means the username password. Instead of that, you can centralize the authentication in a single place, right? So that whatever employee, whenever it goes to any links for that application, it will first redirect to that application, and that application knows the username password, and if it allow, then the actual application, right, will be redirected and they can access it. How you can set up this thing. So these are the total I think things, but I know that you will not get clarity, right, till we reach to the OAuth 2.0. Okay. Let's start with that, this network security. So I think first initial idea is like, what is HTTP and HTTPS? Can anyone tell that what is HTTPS? Okay, let me stop this slide. So can anyone tell what is HTTPS? Any idea? Yes, great. Yeah, that's correct. So let me go with this, right? That what is a HTTPS, right? So it's like HTTP is a protocol which is very well known protocol. Every application you use it, but HTTPS is giving additional security, right? So how it is giving additional security, that we need to understand. So assume that everyone, right, in your engineering course, that have you gone through that encryption thing, right? What does it mean by encryption, right? So encryption is like, if you can if you can just a minute, let me share the whole screen. Okay, sorry, can you see? Okay, so can you see my screen? Yes. Okay. So what do we know by encryption, right? So encryption, it's like that there is a lots of algorithm, right? And using some algorithm and using some something as a key, right? You encrypt the data, right? And then you send to the uh, you know other parties which is exist in the network, and other parties will able to decrypt the data, right? Now, to understand this https, I'll just explain the three basic topics, right? I'll just take the name. If you understand, you might heard this word, but the real understanding is needed, right? One is like encryption, second is encoding, and third is hashing. Everyone means heard these three words, right? But what does it mean? Okay, so basically, let's start the encoding. Encoding is very simple. You are transforming the input to another, output. Suppose reverse of a string is encoding. Suppose I'm writing one function. I'm giving ABC, and it is giving me return CBE. This is a one type of encoding. Okay, but there is some basic logic is implemented, right? No key, no salt, nothing. Okay, let's come to hashing. What does it mean by hashing? Hashing is a one type of encoding, but here you can't go the other way. That means suppose I have a string ABC. I am writing one function that okay, this is my hash function, right? After the hashing, suppose I am getting XYZ, right? But there will be no function, there will be no such function exist which will give me return from this xtyu to abc. Okay, so hashing is a one way. You can't come back from the output to input. Okay, now to make it, what is required for hashing? Right, for basic hashing you don't need anything. There is some specific algorithm which will help you. But for advanced level or more secured hashing, we used a random key. We call this as a salt. Okay, so I use the salt to make it stronger in terms of hashing. Then we convert it to another string, right? And so how then you will hash something. So it's like that. Suppose you are hashing one string using one salt, another party want to verify, right, it is matching or not. So it can't extract the original value, but what it can do, if it knows the salt value and it knows the algorithm, then whatever value it has, the raw value, right, it will convert or hash the raw value, right? Then the hashed value can be matched, right? So suppose ABC is hashed to xtyu, right? On the other side, if he has the same value ABC and the salt, right, if same algorithm is returning xtyu, then we will agree. Okay, so whatever you told, you sent us, it is matching with me, means this ABC is getting matched. Okay, so this is a hashing. Okay. Now coming to the encryption, what does it mean by encryption? Encryption is like that, you know, you are, it is also one type of encoding, but it's more stronger. Here what you are doing, so you are using x, right? Suppose x a value, and there is a key, so there should be one function which will give me the value of y. Okay, now there should be another function which is the decrypt function. That decrypt function will take y and it knows the key, it will give me the x. The implementation will be different for different type of encryption decryption, but this is the core idea of encryption. So here you are using one key, but the the original thing is like here you are able to do the both way, right? You are able to get back to the original value. Okay, now next thing, so there are two types of encryption. One is symmetric encryption, another is asymmetric. So symmetric asymmetric is like that in your real production system there might be difficulties whenever you are, you need to share this key value, right? So it is not possible to share the key value to everyone, right? So it might be, and how we will share, because you were compromising the key. If some another audience got the value, then they can do anything, right? And you are losing your control, right? So there is another type of encryption that we call that asymmetric encryption. What does it mean? How does it work? So what it is saying, okay, I'll create two key. Listen this word carefully. I will create two key. One is the public key, right? And another is the private key. Okay. Now what I'll do, assume that I am the server, right? So what I'll do, I will share the public key to everyone. Okay. And what I'll say, whenever you are sending me the value, encrypt with this public key. Okay, suppose public key is key 1, I'm saying that send me the value, encrypt it, encrypt your x with the key 1, right? Then send me the y value. After that, when I'm receiving y, I have my private key, right? What I'll do, I'll use k2 to get the x. Okay, I'll do the k2 to get the x. Okay, so this is the public and private key. So the private key will be in my hand. I can only decrypt it, right? But private key will be my hand. I can only decrypt it, but public key can be shared amongst many of the client, right? And whenever they're sending the data, they will encrypt it the data with the public key. Okay. Now this is the background between these three topics, right? It's clear, right? Any question? Clear, right? Hashing is like that you are writing some algorithm, right? The problem is you can't get the raw value. Right, suppose you are getting a abc, you are actually hashing abc, it will be transformed to assume that xtyu. From the xtyu you can't get the value back to abc. Okay, only the, so how we will match the things, the matching is only possible to, suppose you have, so how does it have, assume that password matching is happening, right? So you are giving a username password to a system, another system has your password, right? In it might be in the hashed format, because if you go to any of the company or any right, any payment related thing, everyone is saying that you can store the raw password in your system. So always you need to use some strong hashing algorithm. Okay, so how does it work? If you, whenever you are creating, right, the user, you are taking the username password, right? You are storing the you are first hashing the password, then you are storing into your database. Next time when user is logging, user is giving the raw password. Now when the login will happen, that time your password, again your password will be hashed, and it will extract the password from database which is already hashed, then it will match that password. It can't right, take the raw password from login screen, then from the database you take the hash password, then you able to convert that to original password, then matching is happening, it is not possible. Okay, hashing is one way. You are converting to another string, you can't come back from that string to the original string. Okay. So HTTPS, how does it happen, right? So basically HTTPS implementation is a I think both way, right? Symmetric, asymmetric, both way. What does it mean? So basically, suppose I am a server, I need to create one public key and private key, right? And I need to share that public key. Now the how I can share the public key. So the HTTPS protocol support that whenever some client is trying to connect you, right, you give some certificate, right, so that the client gets your public key. Okay, now assume that client gets the public key, right? What it actually before receiving the public key, it actually validates the certificate, right? Now how this validation work, I'll just spend 1 minute to make you understand how this validation works. So there is a every browser is tied up with the certification authority. Okay, now whenever you can create your own certificate that can be self signed, right? You can sign your certificate, or but browser will not accept it. Browser will only accept whenever your certificate is signed with a certification authority. In India there are lots of certification authority, you can get a signed certificate, right, for your your application. Certificate is nothing but the public key plus some more information. Now what browser will does, when it will just type that https to your URL, it will connect to a server. Your server will provide the certificate, right? Then it will first validate that it is a authorized CA. Yes, if it is yes, it will validate all the data, then it will give you okay, so it is secure. Now after that what will happen, it will create a random key. Okay, a random key, simply key, and it will encrypt that key, right? Another key, say another key, or you can think of a random string, right? And it will encrypt that string to along with the public key whatever it got from certificate, then it will send to the server. Okay, now server can decrypt the data, right, using its private key. Okay, now server decrypt the data, it got that random string. Now after that whatever communication will happen, right, either client is sending the data to server or server is responding back to the client, every time it will use a symmetric algorithm, and it will use that random string for all the communication. It will encrypt the data, right, on the one side, and the other side can decrypt the data using that random string. Clear hai? Okay, good. Okay, so let's do some exercise. Okay, ठीक है. So IntelliJ actually मेरा IntelliJ में Spring Initialization, yes yes बोलो. हाँ, so certification, basically certification nothing but a signed public key, right? You are getting the public key, then you are signing it, you are putting some more information, right? Then you will keep your that certificate public key and private key in your server. Whenever some client is trying to connect with you, you will provide a certificate. That means you are providing the certificate the client that okay, you can use this public key. Now the what client will do, client will first check. So client means it can be a browser, right? So browser initial check will be that validate that certificate, it is signed by some certification authority or not. If it is signed by certification authority, right, you can what you will do, you will generate a random string, right? That will be the symmetric key for next communication. Okay, now what you will do, you will encrypt that random string with the public key you got from the certificate, you will send to the client. Okay, this is the first step. You got the certificate, you send, you create a random string, you encrypt with the public key what you received from certificate and send to the server. Now server got that string, that encrypted string. Now it can decrypt it using its own private key, right? It got decrypted. So you have both the client and server both got that random string. Next communication, what will happen? It will use this random string, right, to encrypt the data from each end. It will not use that other thing. Okay, exactly. There is another. How client is getting the public key, I'll explain you. How client is getting the public key. Whenever you are hitting the server, right, your server is giving you the public key, the certificate has the public key. ठीक है, अभी इसको प्रैक्टिकल करते हैं तो समझ में आएगा कैसे क्या करेंगे. वी विल गो इनटू डिटेल्स. ओके, सो एवरीवन इंटेलिजेंस रनिंग, राइट? Okay, so we need to initiate one new thing, but before that I'll just explain you what we are going to do. मेरा काफी मतलब I don't know, IntelliJ, in IntelliJ I'm not able to uh, use the Spring Initializer inside my IntelliJ. So I'll do one thing. I will use the Spring Initializer, then download it, then I'll do something. Okay, let me. So you guys can start one project, right, in IntelliJ. Let me. This is my folder. Inside that, okay, there is nothing. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll go to the Spring Initializer, spring.io. Sorry, start. Right, what I'll inform. Okay, give me a project, right? What I'll use, so you can use your group name. So throughout the project I'll use one group name, that is, assume that, give me any random name, anyone. So we can use, assume, photon. So I'll give this project name as okay, so just give me 1 minute. Okay, so what we are going to do, we will use a multi-module project. Anyone has any idea what is a multi-module project? Anyone who worked on? their company, that multi-module project. No, no, multi-module project. So suppose you have multiple service, right? You want to keep in a same repository, right? So basically, assume that Spring Security training, right? This is a single project, right? But I'll just explain you how you can create a multi-module project. I will whatever example we are going to do, we will keep it right in a single screen, and under this project, right? And common dependency I can keep it in the common pom.xml, right? Whenever I will build this project, every module will be built. Okay, let me give you the example. You will understand later. So what we need to do, right? To build one my you know multi-module project, what I'll do, I'll just change this pom.xml, right? Let me delete everything what is needed only. No parent is required. Okay, only that I need to, instead of packaging, I need to give pom. Okay, what is it? Okay, now next thing, what you quickly add some module. If your IntelliJ is integrated with the Spring Initializer, you can do the right click, and if you can see, just a minute, yeah, you can add the module, new module. If I add the new module, right, it will again open the Spring Assistant, Spring Initialize and everything, and you can create your another project inside this. So that project will be the module to this, right? Let me do it in back of the door. So I will give the name as a REST with HTTPS, and I will give the package name WH. Just a minute. Ma, মা, শুনতে পাচ্ছ আমার কথা? Okay. Let's create the project, and I'll unzip it. Okay. Then I'll copy this project, and I'll keep inside that Spring Security, right? REST with HTTPS. Right. Now, if I go back to the IntelliJ, it will give me this value REST with HTTPS. Okay. Now here, what I need to do, I need to add that module REST with HTTPS. Okay. And then if I build this, it will be built. So everyone is comfortable, right, with this Spring Boot and everything. है ना? हाँ, ठीक है. अब ये काम करते हैं, पहले एक HTTP बनाते हैं, फिर उसको HTTPS पे कन्वर्ट करते हैं. लेट्स डू दिस, राइट, स्टेप बाय स्टेप प्रोसेस. ठीक है. So what I'll do, you can code with me, but if you left somewhere, don't worry, I'll upload this code to GitHub, so you can read, or you can, right, do the things. Take a look. So I'll create another package, that is the controller. Okay.
रिकॉर्डिंग तो पेड वर्जन हो जाएगा फिर। नहीं नहीं, आई एम रिकॉर्डिंग द सेशन, आई विल अपलोड इट टू यूट्यूब ऑल्सो। Okay. Okay, so in the controller, but it will be interactive. If you have any question or anything, you can just ask me, right? Because that time I might not help you, right? Whenever you are listening the recording, but this time I can help you. Okay, so I'll just write hello controller, right? So inside the hello controller, what I'll do, I'll write one method, right? I'll write public, right, and I'll give the response as a string. So I'll type response entity string, right, and what I'll do, I will give a implementation of hello method. Here I'll just return new response entity of my string will be hello from a REST with HTTPS, and my status code will be HTTP status dot OK. Now what I need to annotate with this REST controller, and I need to annotate this with that get mapping, and I will just give a standardized thing, which is like here I can give the request mapping, and in the request mapping I can use some part of URL just like API hyphen v1, and here I will give that hello. ठीक है, let me know when you are done. Only the things to keep it separate, right? I'll use the server dot port is equal to, okay, I'll use something 5000, okay, 5001 assume. I'll use the separate port. There might be lots of program is running in your laptop, so 8085 might be always, okay. Okay, okay, let me, if you are right writing the code, let me do one more thing. I think this will be really fast, right? I'll use one notepad server, right, and just okay. If you write something in this, right, just you can access this notepad server from your laptop. If you write something here, right, you will able to, you know, just let me know if you're able to see this here, right? ठीक है, तो अभी हेलो कंट्रोलर का जो कोड है मैं भी पेस्ट कर देता हूँ उधर, यू कैन डायरेक्टली, यू नो, ओके, आई कैन डायरेक्टली मॉडिफाई अकॉर्डिंगली, that will be first, just get the idea. ठीक है, can I go? Okay. You can do the things, right? Don't think uh, you are lagging. I'll sync up with you. I'm just running this, right, application. Yeah. Let's go back to my server and just type localhost 50001 API v1 hello, right? I'm giving the hello from REST with HTTPS. Fine. ठीक है. Take your time, just whenever everyone is done, just let me know. Okay. Done. I'm just keeping this ready for you can use this. ओके. हो गया. सबका हो गया. Anyone facing challenges, anything नहीं चल रहा है, you can share your screen. Can I go next? अंजलि हो गया. Okay. Samres. रातुल. Okay. ठीक है. So okay, ठीक है. I think this is a simple thing. You just build a one application using the Spring Wave as a dependency, only the Spring. So everyone understand the core idea of Spring Boot, right? If it's not right, I'll spend some time to give you the core idea that how this initializes a program, right? What Spring Boot support, right? Everything. uh, as of now what we did, if you are working right any project related to Spring Boot, a simple thing, you have a so let me give you, you have a pom.xml file here, right? You have everything, right? Here only one dependency we are adding, that is the Spring Boot starter web and Spring Boot starter test, right? And here I just added one controller, that is the hello from REST HTTPS. This is the controller I have added, right? I added annotate with the REST controller. I giving a request mapping. This is my get mapping. So whenever I'll send the HTTP with API slash v1 slash hello, it will redirect here, and from here I'm sending the response entity, which is a string, right? This is the simple workflow. Okay, can I consider that you understood right the whole flow so that I can go ahead? ठीक है. Okay. So yes. Exactly. So basically, okay. So I'll spend a few minutes on this pom.xml. So pom.xml basically it is the instruction. So a Spring Boot project, it can use the two uh, build tool, right? Whenever you go to the Spring Initializer, if you can see, it will support two type of build. One is the Maven build and is the Gradle build, right? Some organization is using Maven, some organization is using Gradle, right? So Maven, we will use Maven build only. And if you can see, there is a Spring Boot version. So what is that Spring Boot version? Spring Boot version is like that. Spring and Spring Boot, assume that you are writing some method, you are writing something, and you are creating a jar, right? Then if you include that jar, add the dependency that jar to your pom.xml file, Maven will first download that jar from the Maven central repository, right? And after that it will allow you to use that, right, internal method which you written inside the jar. Okay, now what Spring Boot does extra, if I go into this thing, this is very important, this is the parent. Okay, so every project has its own life cycle, right? So if you go with this project, if you click on the life cycle, so Maven by default with this parent dependency, it is giving you the default life cycle is this: clean, validate, compile, test, package, verify, install, site, deploy. Okay, these are the life cycle already, right, defined, right? How you can see this thing? You can go inside the starter parent, okay, and just take a look what is written here. Here you will get a completely skeleton of that, right, real pom.xml, which is, right, being used by the Maven. What it is saying here, okay, so how this pom this work, it is like a hierarchical form. Hierarchical form means, suppose you are writing something on pom, you are using that as a parent, so it is the inherited property. So the actual pom you have writing, it will be inherited to your pom, right, whenever you are using it as this as a parent. So if I go inside that, right, if you can see, it is saying that parent pom providing dependency and plugin management for application built with Maven. Here it is giving you most of the things which with the version, right? So here let's see what is mentioned. It is also using another parent, but I'll come later. But if you can inside that, this is the artifact ID Spring Boot starter parent, packaging is pom, this is the name, description, properties Java 1.8 version, how it created, you selected that Java 1.8. Okay, so that's what it gave, Java 1.8. These are the Maven compiler source Java version, so it will use that, Java version. Source encoding UTF-8, output encoding UTF-8, right? Then this is the properties URL, right? After that, what license it has, right? This is the developer. Developer means the Spring maintenance developer. Pivotal. There is a company called Pivotal who maintain this, right? All the things, right? So they use this thing. Then this is a GitHub Spring project, Spring Boot, right? Then it should include. So if you can see this, how this I write something, but how my application use that application.properties file. So using this, it is including that if you're writing application.eml, application dot something, right, YAML or application properties. So multiple region has multiple properties. So this parent right POM is including all these things, right? And these are the resources, then plugin management, right? Then these are the steps. Actually, plugin management, plugin means what if the states, what are the steps actually Maven should follow. So Maven should do the compiler, right? His goal is compiler. So then test compile, if you can see, there is an integration test, right? Verify, then lots of things you can see, right? So basically the repackage thing is happening, right? It's a long package thing. This is the thing. So this is Spring parent. So parent project, it is provided by the Spring Boot. It is having all the configuration. Whenever you are writing your project, right, what you are doing, you are just importing that parent and writing that, okay, this is my parent. And for this project, I am giving the group ID as com.photon artifacts ID raised with HTTP. This is my version, this is my name, this is my description. In the properties, I am using Java version 1.8, and in the dependency, I am using this. So here I am not using any version, right? Spring Boot has the default version, so it will take that, Spring Boot starter web. It knows that which version it might be dependent on. So if I go inside that, if you can see, this starter web is basically nothing but a POM, right? It has lots of dependency, and inside that, right, these are the separate jar, right? This is one jar, this is second jar, third jar, right? So whenever you are importing that the starter web, all this jar will be automatically downloaded by Maven. Then I'm using the starter test, and in the build, so this is the Spring Boot Maven plugin. This is the default plugin, so it has all this life cycle: clean, validate, compile, test, package, verify, install, site, deploy. Okay, okay. This is the high level I just want to. So for your project, you need to import, you need to use one parent, right, with the latest version of Spring Boot, right? And you need to give all the details, right? If you want to use any properties inside anything, so you can define it in the properties file. After that, you need to give all the dependencies, right? If I add the dependencies, right, then that jar will be accessible, and that will be downloaded in my external libraries. If you can see, this all, whenever you are initially running, these dependencies were not there, but when I build the project, this dependency getting downloaded right from the Maven central. Okay, क्लियर है? ठीक, और कुछ है तो you can just go to the maven.org. You will get all the idea that how write this Maven structure, what is this XML format, how this is getting structured, and what you need to do. But for a simple project, you can just focus on these two. If you want to override anything, you can override after this parent, means above the parent first. Okay, ठीक है. So I think we got the time to explain and to do the things. Let's go next with that. We will do one thing, that we will make it the HTTP to HTTPS, right? तो HTTP to HTTPS करने के लिए हमको सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए, right? How can I get the certificate, right? So एक तरीका है कि सर्टिफिकेट कोई कहीं से खरीद लेते हैं, right? Let's buy the certificate. दूसरा तरीका है कि you can create your own certificate, and that will be the self-signed certificate. And whenever you are using one browser, आप ब्राउजर को बोल सकते हो कि ओके, दिस इज माय सर्टिफिकेट, यू कैन ट्रस्ट दिस सर्टिफिकेट. ओके, so how can I create my own certificate, right? And first of all, to create the certificate, right, what you need to do, you need to first generate the self-signed certificate. Right, first actually you need to generate the two set of keys, right? So open your terminal and type this command open SSL. So basically what will happen, I'll just give you. Right, so suppose assume that let me open the terminal, let me do this, then you do. I think Ajinkya, you know this process. We did lots of things. Okay, so what I'll do, I will, okay, this is my, I'll go inside one folder, I mean inside the desktop. So I'll create one folder, that is the Seki one, right? And I'll go inside that Seki one. Okay, so I am creating one directory for to keep my all the certificate and key, everything, right? So everyone can start, right? Just create a directory to keep your certificate, right, from the terminal. Okay, uh, once you are done, you can run this command. Whenever you are running this command, it will ask you lots of things, right? And whatever you are giving, just, you know, remember it. So it is saying that enter pem passphrase, you need to give some password for this private key, right? You know, yes, private key. So what the password you will give, everyone can give their own password, but we will use that password somewhere. So you need to mention that project, that password somewhere. So keep it, you know, keep it in your mind. Whatever, I am giving the simple photo, so that is the whatever we are using, photo, right? Now I need to again give it photo, verifying. Okay, after that it will ask you lots of things which is required to for additional data of the certificate, right? Because you are running your business, you are creating your certificate, so you should have, I mean the certificate should contain the your exact location or type of business, right? Right, in the certificate. So in the country name, two letter country name, I'm giving India. It is asking me state and province name, I can give MH Maharashtra, you can give West Bengal also if you are belongs to West Bengal. Locality name city, right? I'll just give PN Pune. Then organization name company, I'll give ABC. Then organization unit, I'll give IT, right? Then fully qualified host name, I'll give www.abc.com. Email address I need to keep, so I need to give uh, xyz at the rate abc.com. Okay, after that if I go inside the Seki1 folder, I'll see something. Let's see what I can see. I can see two certificate has been generated. One is certificate.pem file and key.pem file. Okay, whenever you reach this point, let me know. Okay, हो गया? एवरीवन इज ओके टू गो अहेड? ठीक है, यहाँ पे मैं थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन कर देता हूँ व्हाट आई एम यूजिंग द RSA algorithm and the key size is 2048 byte. If you give, if you increase the byte, if you increase the yeah, byte, your certificate will be that much strong, but 2048 is a standard thing. So this is giving me the private key and public key with a .pem file format. But what I need the certificate into PKCS12 format. This is a public key certificate standard. Okay. So what I need to we need to give. I need to run this with the certificate name is, what is the certificate name? CRT .pem certificate name. Okay, ठीक है. Let me run this now. I will name that. Okay. Now, when you run this command, you need to give the export key actually. So let's keep it simple. I'll use the photon again. Sorry, enter passphrase for key.pem. So this is the passphrase what you gave earlier, right? Now you need to give the export password. So for the sake of simplicity, I'll keep everything same. So I'm giving photon. Okay. Now after that, if I go again inside that file, there one certificate has been generated, certificate.p2m. Okay. ठीक है, करो आराम से करो. We will go. बहुत फॉर्मेट डॉट JKS फॉर्मेट है, बट ये सही है. PKCS12 इज ए स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्मेट. इसका प्रीवियस था PKCS7 था, अभी इसका 12 हो गया. ओके. ये हो, बोलो कुछ भी डालो, जस्ट कीप इट माइंड. तो देयर विल बी टू पासवर्ड, वन इज लाइक दैट इनिशियल जो डाला था, और सेकेंड इज, सो मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि सब सेम रखो सो दैट इट विल, भूल ना जाओगे. whenever you are done. नहीं, पहले तुमको वो पासवर्ड पूछेगा, दैट पासवर्ड विच इज यू गिव एज ए पेम पास फ्रेज, राइट. उसके बाद वो तुमको बोलेगा कि तुम एक एक्सपोर्ट पासवर्ड डालो. उसके लिए एक दो ऑप्शन आएगा, पहले बोलेगा डालो, उसके बाद वेरीफाई करो, राइट. जो एक्सपोर्ट पासवर्ड है दैट विल बी यूज्ड बाय आवर जावा एप्लीकेशन. डन. ठीक है, आगे जाओ थोड़ा. Just let me know whenever you are done. उसके बाद क्या करना है आपको, ये जो सर्टिफिकेट बना है, ये सर्टिफिकेट को रिसोर्स फोल्डर में कॉपी करना है. सो आई एम गिविंग that certificate to keep inside my Java application. Okay, and Spring somehow support something, right, using the application or properties file, right. If you give these three lines of code with the proper certificate details, you are done. What I'm giving, just take a look. Server SSL key store type, server SSL, what is the name of the right key store, and the key store password. Okay, I'll give these three things here. My export key was photo. Okay, I'm telling that this is my PKCS12 format, and the certificate is there in the class path colon certificate.p12, and this is my password. If I give three line of code, then my server, right, server.ssl.keystore, it spring boot support out of the box that okay, it is instructing me that I should host my server as a HTTPS and use this certificate for the communication. ठीक है, उसके बाद हम इसको फिर से चलाएंगे एंड लेट्स सी व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. अच्छा, पहले आप लोग ये तक कर लो, then we will run this and see what is happening. Now after that, if you see your Tomcat started on port and it is showing that I am using HTTPS not HTTP. Okay, initially earlier it was showing that HTTP. ठीक है, whenever you are done just let me know. ठीक है, you can go ahead and let's see the magic. Now Samres, you will understand how this certificate will be transmitted from one end to another end. Exactly. Certificate is there the client. That is the handshaking. That is the handshaking mode. So browser will take care of the things. Okay. Let me show you. Once you are done, let me know. We will test it. It is working or not. Done. Okay. If I hit this thing, what should happen? It is giving me a error. This is a bad request. This combination of host and port require TLS, SSL TLS, right? Transport layer security. Okay, because I'm trying to access it using HTTP, but now this server is using HTTPS, right? So what I need to do, I need to write HTTPS. Okay, are you guys following? अच्छा मैं इधर एक काम करता हूँ, दो आई हैव रिटन एवरीथिंग हियर. Okay, let me know whenever you are at the same stage. बोलो बोलो, हो गया. Can you proceed? Everyone is agree? ठीक है. सो अभी मैं क्या किया, मैंने क्रोम में आई वॉज ट्राइंग टू एक्सेस द सेम लोकेशन एंड क्रोम इज सेइंग इट इज नॉट सिक्योर्ड, योर कनेक्शन इज नॉट प्राइवेट. That means Chrome. So there are two types of right based on the security setting of your browser. Someone will give you, and before giving you access, it will say that okay, this is a certificate. This is unauthorized. Now I'll show you what is the certificate. It got the certificate or not. Browser में तो कुछ नहीं था, right? समरेश आपने देखा था browser में कुछ नहीं था, right? Now let's see what it is saying. Can you see? It sent the certificate. It is saying that whatever you have gave www.abc.com, this is a self-signed root certificate. These are the details: country of region IN, country MH, I gave PN, organization ABC, organization unit IT, common name www.abc.com. This is my email address. Okay, it is using the RSA encryption. Everything is there, and this certificate is valid for 1 year. If you can see, 24th November 2021 to 24th November 2022, and this key size is 2048 byte. Okay, now no, it will first hit the server will give the certificate, then it got the certificate. Yes, yes, and it is showing the certificate has not been verified by a third party. Third party is like CA authority. That's what this Chrome server is not allowing me to access this. It is saying ki I don't know this certificate. So what I need to do, I need to make Chrome trust this certificate. Okay, there is a lots of way. I don't know whatever browser you are using. Every browser has something to do with this. I'll just try because this is my Mac system. There will be something different than you, but if it is same, then you can go follow the things, right? So what I need to do, I need to go to the settings, security settings. If I go, right, it will give me certificate, right? If I go the manage certificate, okay, And here what I will do, I will first download the certificate. Just a minute. I think I have the certificate. Let it be setting. And if I go inside the manage certificate, right, I can not here. I can have my, oh sorry, I am shifted the certificate from here. कॉपी नहीं किया, सीधा उड़ा दिया यहाँ से. What I'll do, I'll take this certificate, I'll drop inside this. Enter the password for certificate P12. I'll give photon. Okay. So if you can see, this certificate has been added to my keychains. Okay. After that, what I need to do, I need to click it and I need to make my browser कि तुम भाई इसको trust कर लो. So I'll give that always trust. Okay. Now every time I need to give my admin password because I'm doing something update settings. Now next time if I use a incognito window so that my previous cache will be right, https localhost 5001 API v1 hello. It is giving me, okay, I know this is a common name valid, but I'll give you proceed because you are making me trust this thing. So proceed to localhost. It is giving me the result hello from west with https. Okay. Now the thing is like how you can accept your, so if I'll go you some more thing, that if I have another browser that is the Safari. Okay, how Safari browser does, right, if I use here it will say that okay I got one certificate, it is not authorized by, I mean it is not authorized, but if you allow me I can use this certificate, right. So if I come here and if I give that local host 5001.api, sorry, .p1 .hello, oh sorry I gave the name is, see, as of now it is doing because certificate is added, but on the other side, right, it will not give you the error like Chrome. It will tell you okay I got a certificate which is not trusted by me, but you can make it trust on the go. You just make it trust, it will give you the access to URL. ठीक है, are we clear? Any question, anything, or we can go ahead? yes, yes, yes. ठीक है, all good. One more small topic I want to cover then before we end this session, right? Or if it is too much, then we can end it. But actually, this is all about the network security, application security में हमने अभी तक घुसा ही नहीं. So if you guys all agree, then I'll just small demo project. So I'll give you that how the Spring Security initial thing. Okay, ठीक है. So I think HTTPS is clear, right? अंकित, अंजलि, अजिंक्य तो क्लियर है, छोड़ो. समरेश, रातुल, everyone is clear. I think somehow it was the known part. Yeah, somehow it is the known part. If you go to the internet, you will get lots of details too. But this is a simple way. But what I my actual intention is to whenever you are designing something, if someone is saying ki we need the HTTPS, how to do this thing, right? So you can get an idea. There are lots of company who provide you certificate, which will be signed by the third party, and you can use your certificate in your application, right? And on the other side, some company is using the Tomcat server level certificate also available. So there is every right server has its way to import the certificate and use, right, between the that application server and the client. But what we are doing now, we are running uh, actually Spring Boot internally run the Tomcat, right? So it's not like that inside the Tomcat you are running your application. It's like that whenever you are starting your application, or Tomcat is always embedded, and this Tomcat server is using this certificate to communicate with the client. Okay, this is simple. Okay, now coming to the basic thing, this is the network security. So whenever everyone is suggested that network security is the only thing, right? We should use HTTPS everywhere, right? But is this sufficient? Is this sufficient for your organization? No, because if you think of any organization, right? After getting the certificate also, and after getting right, because this is your certificate is any client can access your right way. The thing is like you are trying to save your payload whenever it is transmitting, but you are not controlling the authenticity of the client, right? Whenever you are trying to send the payload, you are just encrypting it. So if someone is trying to inject and someone is trying to get your data, he will get the data but he can't decrypt it because it is encrypted using strong key, right? But the authenticity of the client is not, right, authenticated, or it is not used, right? So now coming to the process that how you can make your application to think about that authenticity. Okay, there are two things to understand, two term, right, to understand when you start thinking about the application security. First is the authentication, second is the authorization. Though these two words look similar, but I'll just explain you with a simple example. That assume that you are in a school, right? You you might be the teacher of the school, you might be the student of the school, right? And your school premises is secured by some wall, right? There is some gatekeeper who is standing right in front of that gate, and it is asking you that show me your ID card, right? Now you are using the ID card, so you are showing the ID card. Student also have the ID card, teacher also have the ID card, right? So any other person who is not associated with that school or any with this organization in any of the form will not be allowed to enter into that premises, right? So the checking of that ID card is the authentication. You are proving that you are allowed inside the premises. But as a student and as a teacher, your role might be different. You might have different access or different, you know, access to the resources, right? If you're a student, you are allowed to go inside a classroom. But if you're a teacher, you are allowed to, enter in your own, right, what is staff room, or there's a, if you're a headmaster, you have more privileges, right? Okay, so that is called authorization. Okay, so authentication is like you are making that entry. Okay, I am who I am and I have the valid entry. I need a valid entry inside your application. But based on your application criteria, you might have certain functionality which should be available to some certain roles or a certain person, and another way it should not be available to another set of people, right? That we call the authorization. Okay, okay. So if you can see, this is simple notary. Each client should have some credential provided by the server. Client will authenticate themselves using credential, username or password generically. After client is authenticated, they might be privileged to access few resources, not all application resources. That will be decided by the authorization. ठीक है. अभी एक मैजिक देखते हैं कि we will build another project and we will see Spring Boot security कैसे इसको हेल्प करता है टू डू दिस थिंग. नाउ हम ऑथराइजेशन में बाद में जाते हैं, पहले ऑथेंटिकेशन में फोकस करते हैं. ऑथराइजेशन विल गो लेटर. लेट्स फर्स्ट फोकस ऑन द ऑथेंटिकेशन. सो इसमें हमको क्या करना है, लेट्स सी व्हाट वी कैन डू, राइट? सो यू कैन create a new module inside that project. So this is done. Okay, ठीक है. Spring security training, it has a module REST with HTTPS. So you can create your own module, right? I'll use the Spring initializer, but you can create your own module. I'll give this artifact ID is basic Spring security. Okay, and I'll BSS. In this, what Spring is giving us, so Spring is saying ki I have a jar, or I have a Spring Boot starter which is a Spring security. You just add it, right? And we will see the magic, what will happen. Okay, so simple thing, I added one more dependency, that is the Spring security along with the Spring web. Okay, now I have the basic Spring security. I go to my desktop, this is my trainings. Inside that I'll just copy that folder, and if I come here, I'll see that basic Spring security. I can see it here. Now inside the pom.xml of the main pom.xml, I'll add this module. Okay, all right, just giving me advice. Okay, you can copy the same controller. I'll just keep it here, another package, or you can copy from your previous project, the same thing, right? Only will change the message. And we will give the server.port. So now onwards we will not use https on any server, but you got the core idea. To make it simple of this certificate and everything, we'll keep everything http, but any service you can convert it to https with this minimal changes. Okay, ठीक है. Now this is my application. What is the difference? Only if you can see in the pom.xml, there is one thing is added in the class path, that is the Spring Security, and it will also add the taste dependency always, but let's not think about the taste as of now. Assume that I'm using the Spring Boot Starter Security. Okay, and this is my Spring Boot Starter web. This is the Spring web what already have in the other project. Okay, let me know when you are till this point. What? I know I'm making hurry because of the time, but you take your time, right? Okay. So once you are done, you can run your application. Make sure that you change the server dot port, so that will be every application is running in different port, and you can see some magic in the log. If you reach this point, just let me know. Okay. if you're facing any problem or anything, right? What you can do, you can add the dependency, right? I think it will be there still. If you're facing any problem, you can add the dependency in your pom.xml and you can run this. Sorry, not here. Can I go ahead? आगे जा सकते हैं? Everyone agree? Just 2 to 3 minutes, then we will end up. Not an issue. Okay, so you we just added a Spring Security, right? And if you can see your log, it is saying that using generated security password, it just generated some random string and saying this is the password. Okay, let's see if what is this and how this works. So now we need to use the Postman. Let me take a look what we can do. Okay, so I'll give http colon localhost 5002 write API slash v1 slash hello. ठीक है, and nothing I'm giving, भूल जाओ सब, body I'm giving something, nothing I'm giving. Okay, so this is a simple get method call, right? Let's see what it is saying. If I call this, it is giving me 401 response status code. If you can see, unauthorized. Okay, so by default, when you add the dependency in the Spring Security, your all the API are by default secure. Okay, and Spring Security will give you one password, right? And default username will be user, right? If you give me the username password whenever you are passing or hitting my server, I will give you the access. So what I need to do, I need to go in the authorization tab. I need to use the basic auth, right? And I need to, whatever the log password, I need to type it here, and I need to give the user. Okay, next if I send it, it will give me the response, hello from basic Spring Security. Okay, यूजर यूजर इज द स्प्रिंग का डॉक्यूमेंटेशन है. इसमें आप पढ़ोगे तो स्प्रिंग का डॉक्यूमेंटेशन लिखा है कि इफ यू आर यूजिंग सिंपल स्प्रिंग सिक्योरिटी विदाउट एनीथिंग, मतलब अंदर का कुछ सोचना ही नहीं है. ठीक है, बेसिक ऑथ में आपको मैं एक लॉग में एक पासवर्ड दूंगा और आपका यूजर नेम यूजर यूज करो, मैं आपको अलाउ करूंगा कोई भी एंड पॉइंट को एक्सेस करने के लिए. ठीक है, ये डॉक्यूमेंटेशन में स्प्रिंग सिक्योरिटी का डॉक्यूमेंटेशन में है. ठीक है, हो गया स्प्रिंग सिक्योरिटी. अब क्या हो गया ना? या बोलो बोलो। हम्म, नहीं 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 नहीं। सो बेसिकली नेटवर्क लेवल पे आप जा डालोगे, राइट? तो उसमें क्या होता है कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड, सर्वर आपको एक सर्टिफिकेट दिया एज ए क्लाइंट। सर्टिफिकेट मतलब मैं सर्टिफिकेट को थोड़ा अलग से बोलूंगा तो एक पब्लिक की दिया, ठीक है? आपको क्या करना है अभी, आपको पब्लिक की मिल गया, आप उसको एनक्रिप्ट करोगे, ठीक है? आप उसको समझ लो कि भेजा इसको, किसको भेजा? सर्वर को भेजा। सर्वर उसको डिक्रिप्ट कर सकते हैं, बट सर्वर जब रिस्पॉन्स भेजेगा तब सर्वर कैसे एनक्रिप्ट करेगा? नॉट पॉसिबल, राइट? पूरा पेलोड को होल पेलोड। पूरा पेज को, पूरा एवरीथिंग विल बी एनक्रिप्टेड। एग्जैक्टली आई एम कमिंग टू दैट पॉइंट, दैट्स व्हाट यू मतलब सेकंड स्टेप वाला आपने ध्यान नहीं दिया। सेकंड मैंने क्या बोला कि सर्वर जब एक्चुअल पेलोड है उसको अपना पब्लिक की से एनक्रिप्ट नहीं करता है। उसमें क्या करता है वो, एक रैंडम स्ट्रिंग, एक दूसरा की बनाता है। क्लाइंट क्लाइंट एक दूसरा स्ट्रिंग बनाता है जिसको वो पहले एनक्रिप्ट करके भेजते हैं, ठीक है? और इधर सर्वर क्या करेगा, उसको डिक्रिप्ट करके पहले उसको वो स्ट्रिंग मिलेगा। अभी दोनों के पास वो रैंडम स्ट्रिंग है, अभी उसके बाद जो भी एनक्रिप्शन डिक्रिप्शन होगी यूजिंग दैट रैंडम स्ट्रिंग, नॉट दैट पब्लिक की प्राइवेट की। तो पहला वाला जो चीज है इसको बोलते हैं हैंड शेकिंग। मैंने आपको सर्टिफिकेट दिया, आपने एक रैंडम स्ट्रिंग बनाया, मैंने उसको एक्सेप्ट किया, मैंने देखा ठीक है मैं उसको डिक्रिप्ट कर पा रहा हूँ, ओके है। सो वी विल यूज द सेम की, रैंडम की विच इज जनरेटेड बाय द क्लाइंट, दैट इज द हैंडशेक। तुम्हारे साथ मेरा हैंडशेक हो गया। अभी मैं नेक्स्ट जो भी कम्युनिकेशन होगा आई विल यूज दैट रैंडम स्ट्रिंग, ओके? ठीक है, दिस इज द प्रोसेस। एग्जैक्टली। और वही रैंडम स्ट्रिंग यूज करके सर्वर डिक्रिप्ट करेगा। अब सर्वर कुछ भेजेगा, रिस्पॉन्स जो भेजेगा सर्वर उसको एनक्रिप्ट करके भेजेगा, क्लाइंट उसको डिक्रिप्ट करेगा। दिस इज द बेसिक थिंग। अच्छा ओके, सर्टिफिकेट्स ओके, सो यू गॉट, इसमें कुछ क्वेश्चन है, कुछ है? सो इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल थिंग, राइट? स्प्रिंग सिक्योरिटी आपने ऐड किया, आपने आपको एक पासवर्ड मिल गया, आप डिफॉल्ट यूजर नेम यूज किया, ऑथराइजेशन में बेसिक ऑथ में दे दिया, यू आर एबल टू एक्सेस द रिसोर्स। क्लियर है, राइट? So is this enough? No, it is not enough. Why it is not enough? You might have n number of user, सबका पासवर्ड क्या आप एक ही पासवर्ड सबको देते रहोगे कि यही पासवर्ड यूज कर लो, और सबको बोलोगे यूजर, तो हो गया ना कंप्रोमाइज, राइट? सो दिस इज द बेसिक थिंग। नाउ ऑन द नेक्स्ट डे वी विल अंडरस्टैंड द स्प्रिंग ने क्या किया। स्प्रिंग ने बहुत सारे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स दिया, मतलब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इज लाइक द इंटरफेस। सो व्हाट यू कैन डू, we can create our own user repository, we can inject that repository to spring security। हम उसको ये बोलेंगे कि ये सारे यूजर का ये पासवर्ड है, आप इसको ही आने देना। we can do that, right? पासवर्ड को भी हम कैसे यूज करेंगे, क्या क्या प्रोसेस होता है, हाउ द होल सिस्टम विल कम इनटू, मतलब स्प्रिंग सिक्योरिटी में कहाँ से कहाँ चालू होता है, हाउ इट get the username password, after that what it does, after that what it does, before going to the end point what it does, right? We'll explain on the next step, ठीक है? Okay, I will for the sake of I'll do one thing. I already uploaded the similar project in my GitHub account, but मैं अभी उसको private रखा था, मैं उसको public कर देता हूँ, right? So if you can see basic Spring SQL REST with HTTPS, these two will be always right available. If you have any question, anything, you can, ठीक है, यू कैन टेक ए लुक. एंड जो वीडियो है वो मैं ट्राई करूँगा, पॉसिबल है तो आई रिकॉर्डेड इट बट आई विल ट्राई टू अपलोड इट. या